Well, all right. Now that you have a plan of how you're going to actually personalize your unit or maybe your project on a bigger scale, we now need to turn that idea framework into a website that has step by step directions that will allow the students to truly go through it on their own. So if we return to my food website, it is clunky, disorganized, and has no flow or progression to it. It does have some links, some videos, but it's not going to really give much direction to the students. So I want to show you my science website that I use in my classroom that I've had to really learn over time. So if you go into the meteorology unit, you'll see that it's structured a little bit different than the climate science. And over time, these units have actually improved significantly. So let's go to Unit 7, my most prized possession at this point in time because it's my latest unit. So when students arrive, first off, let's go back to the homepage here, is they have a very simple homepage. In blue is the unit that we're studying currently, and then I have the older units here for basically so students can go back. Like for some students, they made human footprint infographics, and they should be very proud of these infographics, and they might use them later on. And so I want them to have access to these infographics that they made. I also use those infographics as a way for other students to be able to learn from students that completed the assignment. Anyway, back to Unit 7. So they click on Unit 7 and it immediately shows them the long-term learning target to give them some focus on what our long-term goals are, but it then lets them know they're on the green circle, followed by their green circle learning target. So you can already start to see some structure here, and you'll see that this structure is repeated because I copied this page to make my blue square, but I just change all the green circle stuff to blue square and I put in the appropriate steps. So after they know what step they're on, the learning target, then I provide the tasks for them. So I provide different tasks. I try to keep these very, very simple. I found that the more wordy it was, students just weren't reading into it very much. And so I really try to keep it simple and straightforward, provide pictures to help them kind of get an idea of what they need to do. So the first thing I always ask students to do is to tape their learning target paper into their science notebook and to make a title page. This learning target paper is critical to the personalization because it lets them know what step they're on, what grade they've gotten on that step, and then that is like their indicator to see if they have any holes in their history here that they need to go back and complete the assignment or make any revisions. Next, I have them starting their assignments. So here you can see I am asking them to do the paint blot experiment using the procedure below. And if I click this button, I inserted a button and I linked it to the Google Drive, Google Doc that I created so that they can then have access to this and they can go in and take a look. So they complete their assignment. They then go on to watch a video lecture to record definitions about certain physics terminology. Now here I've actually used an iPad and I've done a screencast on my iPad. And I've only done this in the last couple of units. Before that, I was using my cell phone to record myself writing with a pen on the paper, doing something very similar to what's in this video. So there's definitely ways around it. Even if you don't have an iPad, you can still do some video lectures. But I find that this is really nice because as students watch these videos, they can stop it, rewind it, and they can record the information that they need, just like a Khan Academy would. And this is truly inspired from Khan Academy itself. All right, and you'll see some more Khan Academy inspiration in here as we go. But another video for some definitions. And then I asked them here to show me their science notebook pages, and that lets me know that they actually completed those steps. And once they complete their paint blot conclusion questions, which I write here are posted on Google Classroom, I can then grade those and see that they've actually used what was in this step of the green circle to apply that information to these conclusion questions. Now, some things I do is I let them know it's posted on Google Classroom because that's where I want them to turn it in. But ultimately, I want them to get channeled to the Google Classroom website so that they can then click on their class and get going on finding that assignment. At the end, I summarize it all. So I'm saying, okay, if you're done with the green circle, then you better have completed these things here. And again, those are the same exact things, same exact terminology that's on their learning target paper. And then once they've completed those, I want them to show me their science notebook progress to make sure that's all squared away, to take what I'm calling the level up quiz. Now they need to take it as many times as they need to earn 100%. They then will move their magnet, which is a item that's in the classroom on their level up board, into the proper territory, the blue square, and then they start the blue square tasks. Now, I find that this is a really important part of the Sci-Hub because this makes them pause before completing the next tasks, and it also gives them some closure that they've now completed the green circle and they can move on. But again, they must complete that green circle level up quiz. So this will take them to that quiz that's self-graded, and again, there'll be some more information on this as we move throughout the different tasks here in personalizing a lesson. Once they complete the level up quiz, then they have access to the blue square. I always like to add something fun, like a fun little GIF here at the bottom of the page to kind of give them some motivation and some humor and to add some personality here to the website. So do what you will with that, but I do encourage you to add something fun. All right, so they can then click the blue square, and they could do that without a password, but those steps beforehand I do find really help students in terms of tracking, making sure that they're on track before they move on. And the actual physical motion of moving their magnet and clicking on that button does definitely help. So same structure, long-term learning target, blue square, learning target, tasks, assignment links, important information, video lectures, the assignments just as they're written on the learning target paper. Same thing, level up, show me their progress, level up quiz, move your magnet, move on to black diamond. Click on the black diamond. Again, each of these is on a different page because I find that if you have everything on one page, the students get lost in what task or step that they're on. Again, though, long-term learning target, tasks, video lectures, assignments, helpful information, the final assignments that must be completed. And then at the bottom, again, show me their science progress, science notebook progress, level up quiz, move your magnet, double black diamond. Now the double black diamond is the end of the unit. And so when they arrive to the double black diamond, I like to give them a little Easter egg here, something fun to kind of be like, hey, nice work, you've arrived. So since this is our physics unit, physics of motion, I added a GIF here that relates to physics of motion. This guy's getting hype about this giant slingshot that he made, and I probably would too. Anyway, there's a task then for them to complete on the double black diamond, and typically there's just one assignment here. You could do this however you want, but I don't usually have a level up quiz because they've completed it. And this final assignment lets me know, and it should show their understanding of everything that came before it. So once they're done, then I like to have one final GIF here to just say, hey, great job. You have now reached to the end. And it provides something fun for them as well. So that's the general kind of structure of my website. And I want you to use this as inspiration, but you don't need to copy this. It's up to you to hopefully come up with a flow that you think would work for your content in your project or your unit. Good luck.